Welcome to the latest edition of Ego on Break. This is Jay,
Logan,
and Logan's Wrestling Adventures.
Excuse me.
We're going to talk about the trip down to Hattiesburg Saturday, right?
Yeah.
We went down. It was the return of Pro Wrestling Ego in Hattiesburg, this time at Brewski's. And man, it was a almost a sellout, I'd say. I'd say there was a few standing places and a few chairs, but sellout. I know they raised $700 for the pedal school, and I'd say there was probably 250 people there, close to it. I know the official number's been like 237 paying, but there's always, a few heads that get in with wrestlers and that kind of thing.
Employees
so,
and all, I'd say well over 275 at least.
Yeah, at least. So we're just going to do a rundown of the card, just kind of give everybody a, what we thought about each match or what we remember about a match or whatever. The first match opened up, and it was a 6-man tag. It was a Southern Showcase match. It had the team of Steve O'Malley and Joey Berserker. They are called As Is. They teamed with Ashton Spears.
Okay.
And they took on the team of Damian LeVay, Matt Kenway, and Sean Orleans. Sean Orleans and Matt Kenway was representing the Elgin Training Systems. Damian LeVay represented, I believe, NWA Battle Zone or either Southern Championship Wrestling. I can't remember. One of those two. They kind of work hand in hand together. I know the other team of As Is and Ashton Spears, they represented the XW2000 in Milton, Florida, which is ran by Sika, one half of the Wild Samoans. So, what'd you think about the match before we say who won or lost?
I enjoyed the chant of moral support.
Moral support. That was very unique. I enjoyed that. It was Sean Orleans and Matt Kenway. They got that chant started
that was
to
really
kind
cool.
of root for Damian LeVay. Yeah. And I think it was one of those things like, hey, we don't remember our partner's name, so we'll just chant moral support.
I honestly come in at the beginning, I missed everybody's name, so I didn't know who the hell was in the ring but one person, so I didn't call the match.
Yeah. Great thing with Sean Orleans, his character is Dad Bod. He's like, I've got the body of a daddy, so he's like, I'll never be that muscular guy. So I thought that was pretty original. The match itself was, it was real good. I mean, the crowd was popping for stuff. I know at one time it was Steve O'Malley and Damian LeVay had done several little things right there that ended in a big DDT, and the crowd kind of ate that up. So that was super cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
But your winners coming out of that was Steve O'Malley, Joey Berserker, and Ashton Spears. Mm-hmm. So Team XW2000 was represented well. So second match, which was tag team titles, Days of Rage.
Yeah.
They defended their titles against Team SCW, which was the Pharaoh of Funk, and the Loaded Gun, the franchise himself, Chris Black. Yeah. What'd you think?
I enjoyed watching Chris work. It's been a long time since I've seen him work. And I'd say he may have got one of the loudest pops that was not a dive pop of the night by hitting the pile driver.
Yeah. It was pretty wicked pile driver when he came down and released.
Mm-hmm. He always turns with it.
Zane popped, went back up into the air, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a solid match.
Yeah, very.
I didn't get to see all of it. I got to see bits and pieces. I was kind of running back and forth at that time. But I was listening to the crowd, and the crowd seemed to be into it.
Was up big time.
And your winners out of that was Days of Rage.
Yeah.
They had the notorious Adam Jones with them. And when the referee was not looking, Chris Black attempted to suplex Riot
that turned into
the ring, turned into a crossbody, and Adam Jones held the feet.
Exactly.
So Days of Rage stole another victory.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Still the champs.
Still champs. That's all that matters. Winning's winning. It's not cheating unless you get caught.
Exactly.
So and then that led us to the first main event of the night. We're doing 2 television tapings at one time.
Okay.
So three up, 3 down kind of deal. And the main event saw Styles champion Joey Abel take on the mightiest duck, Orion Taylor. Any thoughts?
Very good match. First big nut dive of the night.
Yep, Orion Taylor.
And I wish guys would realize that there is no padding on that floor. It's all concrete. I pointed this out several times in the matches. And I get people are probably walking a little funny today or the day before.
Yeah, there was definitely a few instances where the concrete won.
Mm-hmm. It always wins.
But at the end of the night, we saw a
New Styles champion.
A new Styles champion, and Ryan Taylor. He hit the almost. I guess it's similar to the West Coast Pop or whatever. It's the Hurricanrana pin.
Mm-hmm.
So he hit the Hurricanrana pin combo on Joey Abel, and new Styles champion. Yeah. So congratulations to Ryan Taylor.
Because I remember it used to be like Ray's go-to. He would block everybody with a power bomb to that one move.
Yep. So we opened the show back up with Jacob Lockhart and the Nightmare, and
open challenge.
Open challenge, yeah, a step right up, you know.
Yeah.
And I think the most unlikely competitor stepped right up, which was being the former El Blanco Loco Chico Gato.
I called him on.
He debuted with a new name, Silverhawk.
But I didn't know.
I think that fit him a little better. But the name may have fit him a little better, but the outcome did not fit.
Well, he tried.
As the Nightmare destroyed him. Nightmare debuted a new, I guess, move that was really
you're in the corner,
hard
he
hitting
rotates into a punch.
Yeah, the discus stealing a Texas Tornado there, sampling from Kerry Von Erich, but the Tornado discus punch.
And then he did a power slam into the corner.
Yep.
And comes out with a Michinoku driver.
Mm-hmm. And then we saw the I think, what is the nail in the coffin or casket or something calls it, as it's the double underhook DDT.
Double arm DDT, bro.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with everybody's special name.
It was a good match. And then, maybe the shocker for me was Brandon Christopher coming out to save Silverhawk. We've had Brandon in the past. He's never been that guy that was let's say on the side of good and right and all that kind of thing. And last month at the Hideaway, we saw Brandon Christopher basically just take his shoes, his boots off, and like leave. So some are saying, "Hey, what was that about?" And then he comes out and he rescues Silverhawk. So
yeah, but after the match, he did it again.
This time leaving the shoes. I had to go get the shoes out of the ring. In wrestling talk, that's a sign of this is my final match kind of deal. I'm going to leave my boots in the ring. So, not real sure what's going on with Brandon Christopher.
No, brother.
We saw him debut new gear, last month. So, I don't know if that's a makeover or, is Brandon Christopher dying, but maybe, is he retiring, but maybe, somebody else is going to take his place. Is he going to redevelop himself or get a makeover?
I've been a makeup guy, I've been a mask guy, and I've been a redneck. So, but
have you ever left your boots in the ring?
I wrestled barefooted one time. I left them in the back.
Left them at home. So could that be what it is? Could Brandon Christopher say, "Hey, I'm going to start wrestling without shoes"?
I'm going to go get some longer boots.
Yeah. So we'll just have to wait to see how that plays out.
That's all I can say, bro.
Our semi-main event was the Abbey Street Boot Boys of Chuck McMullen and Boot Boy Bubbler. They faced Everett Connors, who is going to be in this year's Young Lion Cup in Chikara. And he teamed with Davey Vega, who we saw in the finals of the Great Southern 8.
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
I enjoyed the match a lot. I didn't know much about the Everett kid. I was trying to literally look up stuff on him as I was watching the match, and he had a temper.
Oh, really?
Like, he would get mad, and when you get him on the ground, he just sit there beating the hell out of him.
I think it was one of those. You could hear "I am a man."
Is that what it was?
So I don't know if he struggles with an identity crisis or because he's a younger guy.
He ain't that big.
He's not that big. Really so not. Is he struggling with this whole? I'm a man, not a boy.
Maybe.
So. I'm kind of curious to see where that goes. He's one of those guys that jumps in a car and rides down from Missouri. He's representing, the Michael Elgin Training Systems. I was told it's not a school, it's a system. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens the next time we see Everett Connors.
I guess I enjoyed the match. They won.
They did. They won. A low blow. and a roll-up, I believe,
Nice.
from Mr. Connors. So I guess he is a man, but he'll take your manhood, I reckon. So
Like I say, the ref didn't see it, didn't happen.
so poor Chuck McMullen got beat. But with that, we saw the third member of the Abbey Street Boot Boys, Shaky McMullen. He had recently got hurt, had knee surgery. You wouldn't know anything about knee surgery, would
Me
you?
nor Jeremy nor him.
But said that he's not 100%, but he's back to enough where he can watch his brother's back, and he'll be in their corners for at least the foreseeable future. So
get a longer tie.
yeah, get a longer tie. Yeah, he debuted with a. I guess he returned with a plaid tie and plaid vest.
That was here.
Maybe he tied it wrong. Maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
And then our main event saw Dark Fury, the Pride champion, take on Gary J. What do you think?
Good match. And Concrete won at one point with a dive.
Yep, it was a little wacky there where it was.
Yeah, bro, it was a thud.
They call it
it was
high risk, and he learned why.
Yeah, walking with a niche in his giddy.
I know that he has had ice on his back for the last couple of days.
Which I'm a Dark Fury, by the
right?
way.
Dark Fury, and we wish Dark Fury a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
I guess he's not 100% hurt, but he is a banged and bruised.
But it was a very good back and forth type match. I was trying so I can put it, because there never was really a point where one got over the other, you know, too far ahead. It was like a back and forth chess match.
Yeah, and if you go back and watch it, very early in the match, I thought we were going to get a double knockout.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Fury kneed Gary J in the face, hit the ropes, and Gary caught him with a knee to the face, and they were down for quite a few seconds. I mean, they just did make it back up before the 10 count.
It was quick,
and that's something you don't ever really see. But that shows you just how hard the knees can be.
Yeah, very.
But in the end, Dark Fury did win. And he defeated Gary J. Do you remember the finish? Like
froggy elbow.
Was it the froggy elbow? Okay, I didn't see it.
I think.
I was actually in the back trying to get all the boys taken care of. Because the show was about to close, and all of a sudden appears Joey Abel.
Yep.
And then the Nightmare and Jacob Lockhart, and we had a full-scale brawl.
Well, let me give you my opinion on this first before you go into it.
All right.
When he first comes in, it's Joey just talking to Dark Fury. And
Not Adam Jones,
I didn't.
but Dark
I
Fury.
wouldn't.
Adam Jones was with Joey Abel.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He was talking to Dark Fury, and they start getting into it, of course. Well, the Nightmare shows up, and I honestly thought the Nightmare was going to just start beating the crap out of Dark Fury with
Joey Abel.
And he didn't. He actually went after Abel first. See what I'm saying there?
That's interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the brawl got pretty rowdy.
Yes, it did.
Referees couldn't control it. Several wrestlers had to come out to where I think it was by the end it was 12 or 13 wrestlers maybe out there. Or is that too many? That's about right, because I know 3 or 4 went out. Couldn't keep it on. A couple more went out, and then finally, I guess the rest of the locker room emptied out what was still left. I came out to try to help break it up. I finally got all 3 guys kind of cornered for the most part with the help of the wrestlers. And, speaking on the behalf of the board of directors, we're going to have a 3-way ladder match February the 18th at the Hideaway. And, that's kind of where it all started. Joey Abel and Dark Fury had a bang up, heck of a ladder match going, and out comes the Nightmare.
Yep.
So we're gonna restart that. We're gonna, hey, if y'all wanna start this to where we can't have matches, we're gonna put y'all in the ring and let's see what happens.
That's what you gotta do.
So
nobody want to pay to see people talk.
Predictions on the 3-way ladder match. What do you think?
A lot more bruises and a lot more banged up people. I'm scared of the tax may show up again. Tables.
Well, let's just say I'm gonna speak on board of
Chairs.
directors, and let's just say it's not gonna be your normal ladder match. Let's just put it like that. I've got a something kind of in store. I got to thinking on, hey, this is where it started. This is where it kind of went astray, and let's just say
Okay.
We're going to get something different. So you had to be at the Hideaway to check that out. February 18th.
Okay.
There's a little plug. So what else you been watching?
I just.
Well, what's your
the-
overall, before we go on, what's your overall thought on the return to Hattiesburg? Yay, nay, good, bad, ugly? What'd you think?
I'll say this: if a bar advertises right, you have 237 people. If a bar doesn't advertise right, you have 3.
That's any venue, really.
Exactly, but advertise.